Hey guys, it's nice to be simming again. So today we're continuing our little build an apartment in every world kind of situation, but this one's a weird one because we're going to be in Strangerville. So I think I got to make a mobile home. At least that's how this is going to work. So here we are in Strangerville. This is that lot where the mobile home sits. There's only one typically, so I think we can easily extend this into having two mobile homes side by side. And they can be pretty big ones too. They can also share a lawn. So I think that would also really help with making sure this place looks right. Because it's just a very interesting lot, it being so tiny and all. So again, this will only be using the base game, Strangerville, and for rent. Because for rent obviously is needed if you want to actually use this lot. Other than that, it's pretty simple. But yeah, this is just an interesting lot, I think, in my mind. Because of just how different it is. Now, the first time, since this will be a very short, kind of like mini apartment episode, I think what will be happening is that I will definitely be building them a little more different than usual, rather than making the same apartment in both lots. I'd also like to make this one be reminiscent of the original mobile home that used to be here, because the whole point of a mobile home is that you're supposed to be living in close quarters with other people. So I feel like that's an important thing to hone in on to make sure this is right. There's also going to need to be kind of like different kinds of roofing and other things, because this is a whole point. Is supposed to be, it's a mobile home. It's supposed to be very, very mobile home. I mean, it's supposed to be really small, kind of quaint, but still have some of that minor detail that makes it unique in its own way. So I think this one can be a white color scheme, and this one could be a green color scheme. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then this mobile home. So let me go ahead and turn off everything. That way we only have the packs we need on, so I don't end up using anything outside of packs. This one, let's make this one blue, like make a nice blue color. This next door one can be a nice green color. I think I'll also give it a white trim just to make it easier on me. Why don't we give this house next door a black trim? That way they're unique in their own way. Can I make this any taller? I cannot. No problem. We can work with that. But yeah, it's just an interesting idea, honestly, to get working through on and making a different looking house than usual. I do find it irritating that I can't use the right columns on this one house, but it's fine. We can make it work. I did like how the previous house had a nice lawn in the middle. Like, I really like that idea of how it had that. So I want to bring that back to kind of make sure it's all belongs here in the middle. Because it was a really nice lawn idea. So I want to continue having that idea in this area. The thing is, though, is I think instead of doing the regular lawn, we'll just paint it on, like so. We'll just give it a nice paint color and make it look like there's a lawn in between. I think that's a pretty good idea. Then we also need a way for people to get into their mobile homes. So let's go ahead and place the stair area. That's why I make sure everybody, there we go, shared space for both of them so they can each approach their houses and not have to worry about anything. Now this house, I think I'll have these houses on sort of this kind of trim, because this kind of trim is the kind of trim that works with this kind of house. This one can have a dark brown porch. This one can have a light brown porch. And it's a really nice idea to have it for these two homes and have them, because I'm trying to make sure that they are kind of different in their own way. I want them to feel like they're unique. Like there's a difference between the two and they're not just the same house copy and pasted on both. Like they're different houses. We can use this fence to help with the porch. Actually, there's a different fence we could use. We could use this fence, blue and brown one for this house, because it matches the porch. So we had blue and brown, and then we had green and white. There we go. That's not looking too bad, if I do say so myself. So the next thing is actually getting the insides designed. So I want this to be 1, and this one could be 2. Now I want to put a bathroom right next to where the bedroom will be. So let's go ahead and do that, like so. That way they have them split off. No, I don't know why I keep selecting certain rooms to be part of this other house. That's not how this is going to work. Okay, we can go ahead and give doors to each one. Make sure we have that. Now here comes the fun part, the windows. Good news is we do have windows with Strangerville, so I can be able to use those windows to help benefit the house a little better. Oh man, it changed the siding on the house right there, which I hated that The Sims does that, because then you have to go back and make sure you reinstall it, or else it'll be incorrect when you place the house on the gallery, and then you don't want people yelling at you. I have a fear of like I'll make a mistake sometime on one of my builds and people will yell at me about like it not being right. Which I trust you guys. I trust you guys fully that you would never do that to me. Like, because you guys know that every simmer is gonna make a mistake here and there. And a lot of the time people will just think it's content that got removed. Like, they'll just think it's part of the house that happened, which I'm happy for that because I want to make sure that no one's gonna judge me because I accidentally forgot something. Okay, I need lights inside these houses so we can see. Okay, we're gonna take this one at a time. We're gonna do each one at a time. So first, to start the brown and blue one. I think we'll continue this flooring on the inside, and then we'll add some other stuff to help out. So I think we can have this flooring for the kitchen. And then isn't there a wall that came with Strangerville? Or was there never a wall that came with Strangerville? Let's see here. Well, there is some walls that came with it, but they're not good walls. So I guess we'll stick with something nice. So let's just give this house a nice paint job. And then the kitchen. So the kitchen, I'm going to make sure to have cheap objects because, again, this is a mobile home. It's not supposed to be expensive. It's supposed to be cheap, easy to rent, nothing to worry about kind of situation. Where's that one blue cabinet? Here it is. I think this would look very nice in here, and I think it does. There we go. And then we need some overhead cabinets and also the range hood. Heads up, I don't know what here's a funny story. So I don't know what a mobile home looks like on the inside, actually. I've never seen like the inside of a mobile home in real life. I have never have. So now I literally have to go off what I think it looks like on the inside rather than what it actually probably looks like on the inside. But yeah, if you ever have any tips for mobile homes, please tell me because I don't know much about them. I don't know really anything about them, to be honest. Okay, I need doors to the living. The good news is pack did come with doors, so it's perfect for the house. I'll have to shove that door in the corner, which is no problem. It'll be fine. Or actually, we can make it come in. We can make you have to go in through the master bedroom. That's a really good idea. Then we can go ahead and throw a bookshelf in the hallway. I don't want to throw in the Strangerville one. It's kind of bulky. I also throw a wall light just to give some light to this area. Let's see here. Does this come in a different color? Good, it does. Because I want to make sure it matches that dark color we were going with the entire house. So now we need an actual resting area. So we can go ahead and get this blue couch. We can throw it up against the wall there. In fact, what we can do is we can put a full wall and then a half wall right behind it. I think that's a good idea. Just to add in that extra detail. And that could be our little TV sitting area spot. Just to make sure we get all the furniture in. We gotta make sure everything's right for this house. Like, I want to give it that... With the next door one could be home to if your sim wants to be a conspiracy theorist. Like, if your sim is into that, they can go to the next door house and live there. Because we'll make sure that that house screams conspiracy theory. There's this giant empty space right here, and I want to make sure we fill it all up. So I'm trying to think of what I can do. I possibly can't do anything. Like, this is good enough for the house. Oh, that rug helps bring it together. I just think maybe what would help is maybe getting another chair in here. Maybe that would help. Yeah, that chair does help make this room a little more roomy. I need to turn on bb.move objects again for my entire life because I got to make sure that we have a lamp ready. Yeah, I think that living room helps with bringing the room together a little better. And then we can put this kind of shade over the window. Yeah, this will just be a basic one-bedroom mobile home where your sim can stay in Strangerville if they want to. Or they could leave. It doesn't matter. Let's give this one a weird paint job. Let's give it the floral paint job. Just because, like, again, it's a mobile home, so it's going to have those cheaper sides, like wallpaper instead of paint. Ooh, this room is perfect size for a conspiracy theorist table. Ooh, that'd be a good idea to include in the house. I do like the idea of the Sims having mobile home areas. I think there should be more in-game. That's why I think what's especially helpful is when apartments came out with the for rent pack. I think that was especially beneficial in getting that set up. Oh, I could put a couch in there, but I don't think I need one. Okay, lastly, let's get this bathroom set up. So let's see here. Okay. Now we need the wallpaper. Oh man, every time. I hate that when you make a room, it changes the outside wallpaper. Like, that's so dumb. Like, it shouldn't have to change the outside wallpaper. Like, that's not okay. It makes it harder for me. It makes it harder for all of us to literally do what we can. I just get irritated by it, okay? Like, it's just not funny when it constantly is changing your wallpaper on the house because it just doesn't feel like it's right. And I just want my house to be perfect. I want it to be the way I want it. I don't want anything to be changing about it. Okay, it's here. I want to get the bath holder. There we go, the bath amenities near the bathtub because I just feel like that's a good idea. There we could put a towel rack. Nice. And we could throw some towels on it. But let me use my F5 key to lower that to a specific spot. Let's go ahead and throw some random towels on there, like different colors. Because that's the whole point, mismatch. I like mismatching the towels, because that way it looks like, you know, one sim uses one type of towel, and the other sim uses the other type of towel. I think that's a good idea. Okay. Now we're moving on to Conspiracy Theorist House. So this one's going to be different. This one's going to be all about conspiracy theories. Like, who could be listening, who could be watching. It'll be much more messy. We'll give it the same floor plan, though, just to make things easy. Now let's make Conspiracy Theorist House. Should we put a wall of just classified papers? I feel like that'd be a cool idea. Like, we have one wall that's just classified papers. I feel like that'd be cool. Let me have it be, this could be the main bedroom. Let me put that wall, classified papers. I think it's just a fun little touch of detail to make it fun. Because, like, the conspiracy theorist is like, whoa, I need to have everything placed out. So we'll make it look like kind of like they're preparing for the inevitable. Like, they're preparing for doomsday, which I think technically is when the mother plant gives birth to the entirety that is the mother plant. Instead of double bed, we'll make it like two army beds next to each other. I feel like that's a fun idea. We can put some nightstands like to reminisce that there used to be a bed there, but they replaced it with two army beds. So that way you can have two Sims here who are like major conspiracy theorists. Because that's the whole point of Strangerville, if you didn't know. There's a bunch of conspiracies going around. So that's why there are so many different situations going on and why people are freaking out about the mother plant. Like, the whole point is just, it's supposed to be very Strangerville. Like, the whole point of like working on different things, like trying to figure everything out, trying to stop the mother plant before it's too late. We can put this out in the hallway. I was meaning to get the conspiracy theorist table. I just want this to look like it's very, very like something weird's going on in this town kind of situation. We can also have all the curtains drawn in this room because he's like, I don't want anyone knowing about what I'm doing in here. Like, I don't want anyone knowing what could be going on behind the scenes of my house. Like, people are concerned because he's never came out of his house. Like, that kind of situation. Just make it look like he's been living here for a long time and is worried about what might happen. Okay, let's go ahead and make the bathroom while we're here. So we need this flooring. And let's go ahead and get this wallpaper. And this bathroom will also be the same, but it will be a little messy. I feel like this person definitely stopped by the army surplus store. Like, I'm getting those vibes, like to get everything they need to prepare for the ultimate sacrifice of the day when the mother plant comes. He's like, it's just all a conspiracy. You must understand that we're all in danger. Like, that kind of thing. It just sounds like a funny idea. We can put a water leak underneath the toilet. Let's go ahead and throw it in the crooked rug. Like, I think it's fun storytelling to have the next door neighbor be a conspiracy theorist that might help you in your journey of discovering what's wrong with Strangerville. Because I feel like that would be your biggest friend during the Strangerville incident, is just having a friend who's a conspiracy theorist. Because that way they are understanding you that something's not right about the town, that something is off about it. You just go ahead and throw these two desks in the hallway to make it look like they've been doing experimenting to figure out what's going on in Strangerville. We'll go ahead and throw some more papers on the floor, maybe a rug, like just to show that how much they were trying to work to figure out what's going on in town. Again, I'm going to draw all the curtains on this house because I wanted to make it look like the conspiracy theorist doesn't want anyone seeing what's going on in their house. Like, I feel like it's a smart idea because it tells a story about who lives in this kind of house, like what kind of person lives here, what's going on in their life, that kind of situation. It makes it look very, very... It's also livable here. Like, I want to make sure that somebody can actually live here and, like, be the conspiracy theorist that they want to be. Like, be the person who's trying to figure out what's going on in the town and why everything's the way it is. Like, I want somebody to be able to tell that story that they are that person. The other thing you could do is you could make a scientist house. Like, you could make your sim a scientist and have them work like that in the Strangerville mystery. But I think a conspiracy theorist is just a little more fun. Like, makes it crazy and weird. You know what I mean? I think it adds, like, nice little detail to the rest of the house. Let's see here. I'm trying to find more stuff for Strangerville. Oh, we got some ominous wall stains. We can make it be like the experiment kind of exploded in their face for a second. Let's see here. Let's put a dining table in here that's just gonna be stacked with papers. More papers about the Strangerville mystery. Like, they barely use their dining table. It's mostly used for conspiracy theories. Like, they just use it as the plan to figure out what's going on in Strangerville. You just want to know, like, what the mother plant is up to, like, what's going on in this town. I just want to make it look like this house is a mess. Like, barely anybody lives here. It's more just a mess because it is. Like, it's definitely lived in. We can have it be like they moved all the couch furniture and stuff. Like, they moved all the household appliance furniture, like the TV and the living room, all that to the side. That way they didn't have to worry about having that in the way of their theories. Like, they completely abandoned having a living room in the house. They just wanted to have a conspiracy theorist area in the house. Let's go ahead and make it look like they moved it all to the side. And you can always move it back out. Like, see, I think that's a fun idea, is to have it look like that. And there we go. We got the second house done. So the second house is all conspiracy theory. Like, it's all about it. So next up is actually making the outside right here, where we're going to have a nice seating area. There's a weird black square right there that's like only visible for a few seconds. Do you see that? Let's see here. So we don't need any plants. That's not the main focus here. Well, we could get some plants. So let's get some luscious plants right outside the windowsills, just to give them something to look forward to. Like, I still find it funny that the idea of just one normal neighbor and then the neighbor who's a conspiracy theorist, like, this kind of situation happening, because it just seems very interesting to me, like, that there'd be a conspiracy theorist in town, that he'd be worried about everything, like trying to figure out what's going on in Strangerville, like what's the plan by the secret government officials, like why is the government even in this town? Like, the Sin Nation government has always been in this town forever, and it's always been like so weird about like what's going on. Like, they hide everything. I just think it's fun. Conspiracy theory is fun. Like, do you guys ever have that one? You know what? Leave it in the comments. What's the one funny conspiracy theory you have? Like, just a funny conspiracy theory. Or it could be one you've heard. Because, like, I've had a couple I've heard over the years. Like, okay, funny story. Being a student in meteorology, we have a website where we post stuff about forecasts, and we do forecasting. And, well, so here's the story. A lot of people so we have a lot of wind turbines up here in Mount Pleasant, and a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, think that people like me use those devices to control the weather. I'm not joking with you. They think we can control the weather, and every time I hear people say that, I'm sitting there like, for the last time, we don't control the weather, and even if we did, why would we let bad weather happen? Like, think about that logically. Why would I purposefully let bad weather happen if I could control the weather? And also, why would we get it wrong all the time? Half the time, we're getting our forecasts wrong and on accident, because weather's unpredictable. And yet, people still yell at us. They're like, you just are working for the government and all that. And I'm like, no. And there we go. Yeah, and there you guys go. You got your 2 mobile homes. I'm going to go ahead and save this to the gallery so you all could have this. So thank you guys for watching. It's really fun to be able to build this and have this idea come through. And I really think it's a cool build too, like having these 2 mobile homes right next to each other. And it really helps maximize the space a little better. So please like this video so more people can see it, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I do gameplay, builds, and news all on this channel. If you're into streams or other content, head over to Garrett, my main channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!